The point of these conversations with a lot of these leads are to sell them into your program so you can change their fucking life. This is how you structure it. What's going on, fam? Welcome back to another episode of the Wake Up with the Wolf podcast with your boy, Coldest Silver the Wolf. I'm excited today. Before we get into it, I want to talk to you guys about something that's actually funny. All right. If you guys follow me on any social media platform, or if you've actually been paying attention to the podcast, I've actually done a couple episodes on TikTok. Now, I've done a couple episodes talking about utilizing your own voice and how to create your TikToks and how I found my flow and how everything's been going great. And as of recently, I'm a person who really doesn't like the term shadow banned. I fucking hate it. I really don't like it. But I can understand how it can be frustrating because as much as I don't think that I'm shadow banned, I don't know what's going on with my account right now. Every time I post a video, all right, to share with you guys some inspirational content, etc., it actually doesn't go out for around 2 to 3 hours on my account. For some reason, it just says under review, and it takes a long time for it to post. I actually posted a video this morning, and it's just gone. It's deleted off my account. And I'm live right now on TikTok like I am every single day for my podcast, and I can't see any of you. So if you are listening to this right now, like we go live every single time, I can't see you. I actually pulled up the live on my gaming account, and I think it said we had like 7 people at the time before we started the podcast, but it's just fucking weird, right? I want to know, like, I wish we could sit down with the creators of these apps to kind of get a deeper understanding of how this shit works to make sure that we could all navigate it better. All right, because sometimes it's a pain in the fucking ass. And I feel your guys' pain because as a online business coaching mentor, Brian and myself, we're consistently talking about how you guys can utilize these apps to push your social media forward, to push your impact forward. And sometimes the apps just want to say, fuck you. Sometimes the apps just want to throw up that middle finger to you. And we definitely know how frustrating it can get. But don't give up. There's no fucking way I'm going to stop posting. There's no way I'm going to slow down and posting. Fuck that shit. If every video takes 3 days to upload after review, I do not care, because as long as it gets 1 view and 1 person is inspired by it, that's all I fucking care about. All right. Regardless, I'm having a great day today. Crushed my morning walk. It was freezing. All right. It was fucking cold. Fairmont's getting a little chilly in the mornings right now, but then it's like 27 degrees in the middle of the day. It's weird as shit. Fairmont's kind of like this, I don't know. It's kind of like this weird place. Like the temperature is always different than everywhere else. Always different than everywhere else. So it's beautiful, but at the same time, it was a little rough this morning. But we still got the walk in. All right, I'm feeling good. Hit a new low weight today at 171 pounds. So feeling super lean. Not really, but I'm feeling way fucking better, which is great. And now we're going to get into the actual podcast breakdown. Okay, so guys, I'm going to be talking to you guys about how to structure your sales calls. All right, we're going to be talking about 3 things specifically. All right, we're going to be talking about 3 things specifically: how to start the call, some things to say during the call, and how to pitch your program at the end. Now, I actually did this training, this breakdown for our students in the 10K Coaching Academy, and I want to deliver it to you guys on the Wake Up with the Wolf podcast for 2 reasons. Number one, because I know a lot of our clients are going to be listening to this, and I know a lot of you guys need to fucking hear it again, because I'm consistently hearing you guys on sales calls and trainings and helping you guys with your consultations and everything else, and you guys still are not doing the shit I'm fucking telling you on a daily basis. It's like literally talking to like a 4-year-old kid, which I do have here, actually, by the way. It's my nephew, Lucas, and trying to get him to do anything is I got to repeat myself 42 fucking times in one day. It's crazy. And number 2, because I know there's a lot of you guys listening to this that I just want to give actionable value to. You guys know that my goal is to help at least 1 person a day, to help 1 person a day get inspired, to get motivated, to expand their business, to do something more. All right. That's the entire point of me doing these podcasts every single day. So that's why we're going to be coming into this podcast to break down 3 main things. We're going to be talking about, number 1, again, how to open up your call with the fucking like authority side. All right. Number 2, we're going to be talking about a couple questions and statements you can actually utilize throughout the call to trigger emotion, because the call is actually supposed to be an emotional place. And then number 3, last but not least, we're going to be talking about how to cement yourself as an authority and how to end/go through your pitch so you can capitalize on the sale. Now, don't get it twisted. This is a sales call process. If you are listening to this right now and you're a fitness coach and you don't like considering yourself a salesman or a saleswoman, just tune the fuck out right now, because me and you aren't going to get along. All right. As a fitness coach, as an online fitness coach, as a personal trainer, you need to have sales skills. All right. This is something that's always kind of messed with my head, because there's so many personal trainers out there that have such a negative outlook on sales. But if they don't sell, they don't build their businesses. So I don't understand the confusion here. It'd be the same thing as if you guys were in a gym. In-person trainers sit down with their clients every single fucking day. Someone comes into the gym, they give them a tour, then they sit them down, and then they sell them and they sign them up to a contract that they actually can't leave, or they get sent to collections. I feel like that's way more slimy. You feel me? So like, get comfortable with sales. All right. Get comfortable with sales. Now, when it comes down to this, number one, we're going to be talking about how to open up your calls with an authority side. All right. We're going to be talking about how to cement yourself as an authority right at the beginning of the call. All right. Because this is something a lot of you guys are messing up. This is something that a lot of you guys are not doing, and it's causing your calls to kind of be all over the place. All right. I want you to think about this for a second. If you're listening to this on the replay, all right, or if you are on a audio only platform, just virtually put your hand up. If you're live with me right now, I actually want you to answer this in the comments below. But how many times have you been on a sales call with somebody, all right, or a quote unquote consultation call, if you don't like utilizing the word sales, and it didn't go very well because it was more of like a buddy call? You got on the phone, you guys basically were all over the fucking place. There was no structure to the actual phone call. You guys were just talking about the fucking weather and high school 5 years ago and all these other things. And then when you got to the end, you didn't get the sale and you guys just got off the phone. Answer that either virtually by dropping in the comments below, or just internally right now, like internally putting your hand up. All right. Because I've been on multiple calls like that. Those are the calls that I got on when I was first starting out in this game. All right, those are the calls that I was getting on when I was first trying to find my flow as an online fitness coach. And that's why we're breaking down these 3 things. The first thing, all right, how to open up the call as the authority. The first thing that we need to do, and write this shit down if you are listening to this right now, is we need to pre-frame properly. Everybody write that in the comments below, or write it down on a piece of paper if you're listening to this on an audio only platform. We need to pre-frame properly. Okay, and this is how we're going to do it. I'm going to walk you guys through this shit. I want to make sure that you guys see results. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to have 60 seconds of bullshit. All right, talking about how you are and how the weather is and what you've been doing and how was work that day and whatever. You guys see at the beginning of this podcast how I spent like a minute to 2 minutes just telling you about my day. It's exactly what we're going to do. When you get on the call, get to know the person a little bit. Ask them about their day, but don't spend too much time here. This is where a lot of you guys are fucking up. We're just getting we're getting into it super quick. 45 seconds to 2 minutes of just bullshit. Blah, 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 blah. Then we move on. All right. And when we move on, we structure it like this. All right. I'm legit going to tell you how I pre-frame my calls. This is how I pre-framed my sales calls when I built my online fitness coaching business to $15,000 to $20,000 a month. All right. 60 seconds of bullshit back and forth. How you doing? Blah, 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 blah. And then, okay, Kelly. All right. Or okay, Brian. I just want to get straight to the point if that's okay with you. They're going to answer. And it's going to be like, great. Well, what we're going to do today is very straightforward. All right. I want to get to know you a little bit. I want to see what your goals are and see what you're currently struggling with. And then if I think I can help you and you do qualify for my program, I'm going to give you the opportunity to work with me at the end of the call. Does that sound good? They're going to answer you. They're going to say yes or no or whatever. Be like, okay, great. Now, before we move forward, I just want to let you know that if you do qualify for my program and I give you that opportunity, the offer is only valid until the end of the call. So I either want a hell yes or a hell no, nothing in the middle. This way, we don't waste any time. You guys, that is a proper pre-frame. That is how we pre-frame the call. You guys need to start cementing yourselves as the authority, because the reason why you're not getting any sales on the call is because you're not an authority. You're a fucking friend. You're not an authority. You're just some random fucking dude who started DMing people and then calling them. That's what we are. You guys got to realize that, okay? Or girl, sorry. But that's, you guys got to realize that when you get on a call with a random person that you had a DM conversation with, you are a stranger. You are a stranger. So why are you trying to bullshit for 45 minutes to get to know this person right there and right then and there on the call? Just cement yourself as the fucking authority. Have a little bit of bullshit time. How you doing? How is the weather? Oh, great. You freeze your balls off when you're on your morning walk. Cool. That's awesome. Let's move on. This is how we're going to be doing the call, and pre-frame it properly. All right. By doing this, you guys, not only do we get to the fucking core point of the call and we're telling them what's going on so they kind of relax, but we cement ourselves as the authority because we are taking the fucking authority here. All right. Side note, and again, just virtually put your hand up or just nod if this has ever happened to you. How many times have you got a call? All right. I'm savage. I just hang up on them. But how many times have you got a call and it was like a survey or people were asking you questions or something like that, and you were started to listen to the person, and then in your head, you're sitting there like, fuck my life. How long is this going to take? Like, I got shit to do, man. How long is this going to take? Or you're walking down the street and somebody stops you, or somebody comes up to your house and they knock on the door and you open the door and then they just start going and they give you this conversation. And in your head, all you're thinking is, how long is this going to take? That's what people are thinking at the beginning of the call 50% of the time. Not all the time. Sometimes people are super excited to talk to you, but by pre-framing, it calms them down a little bit because you're just getting straight to the point. You're telling them what we're going to be doing here. You're telling them what the fuck the point of the call is. So it relaxes them a little bit because then they know kind of how long they're going to be here. They know what the purpose of the phone call is. All right. So that's number one. Everybody who is here. All right. Whether you are live or virtually, listen to audio only on the replay side note, write that down, pre-frame properly. That's number one. That is how we structure our sales calls. Number two. All right, the second thing we are going to do. All right, everybody write this down. The second thing that we are going to do to structure our sales calls properly so we can sell more clients to then be able to help them transform their lives is we are going to learn how to ask expansive questions. All right, you guys have read this shit in my actual content. All right, ask expansive questions. What this does is it helps you expand on people's pain, and it helps you drag the emotion out of what they're saying, out of why they are there. You guys, people buy based around emotion. Straight up. 90% of the time when somebody gets on the fucking phone with you, all right, especially as somebody who wants to hire a fitness coach to change their life, all right, they're uncomfortable with their body right now. They're uncomfortable with their current physique. So they are emotionally invested in changing their fucking physique right now. They want to lose 10 pounds, 15 pounds, 20 pounds, 30 pounds for probably a deeper reason. There's probably something going on internally that has triggered them to want to lose that weight, to want to change their body. Nobody who is 100% happy with their life and happy with their body and happy with what they see in the mirror usually hires a fitness coach. It happens. I'm not going to say fucking never, but it's very rare. All right. Nobody's ever just super happy and is like, okay, great. I just want to change my whole life for no fucking reason. There's always a reason there. All right. So when we're on the call, we need to ask the right questions. We need to ask expansive questions. What are some of these terms? Well, here you go. Next time you're on the call, next time you're in the middle of your call, you should be asking some of these questions. Number one, how does that make you feel? All right. What do you mean by that? Can you expand on that for me? Can you repeat that one more time? How long have you been struggling with this? You guys see, I'm dragging the emotion out of them. All I'm doing here is I'm listening to their fucking goals and I'm expanding on it as much as I possibly can to create emotion on the phone. If you come to me wanting to lose 50 fucking pounds, you better believe I'm going to figure out the core reason why. Because if I don't, I'm a shitty coach. I'm not a fucking coach who's like, yo, I don't want to learn anything about you. Here's my fucking PDF price list. Just pay me $1,000 and then I'll get to know you more. Fuck that shit. I want to know everything about you before we start working together, because guess what? I don't like working with everybody. And also, you have to have a very personal relationship as a client to a coach. And if a coach doesn't believe that, me and you do not see the same things straight up. All right, if somebody brings up the fact that they've been struggling with their weight for the last 5 years, you should start asking them those type of questions. When you look in the mirror, how does that make you feel? Now, I know this might be hard for you, John, and you don't have to answer if you don't want to, but how does it make you feel that you've been struggling for 5 years not being able to wear the clothes you want to wear? We need to ask expansive questions. Why the fuck is John on the phone with you? What's the actual reason? Let's get down to the fucking root of it. You guys got to realize that every time somebody gives you an excuse or gives you a reason why they haven't done something or they aren't doing something or they don't want to do something is because there's an underlying reasoning underneath their statement. Always. There's always something underneath. There's always something deeper, and we need to figure out what the fuck it is, because the thing that's deeper is what's going to make them buy. The thing that's deeper is what's going to make them invested in their fucking fitness goals, in their business goals, in their goals in general. Now, don't get me wrong. Asking expansive questions is definitely going to make your calls longer, which I know a lot of you guys might be panicking about because you're already shitty at sales calls and you're not the best. But over time, learning how to pre-frame properly and cement yourself as an authority, and then learning how to ask expansive questions when needed. All right, I go super in depth on this in the academy. I'm not going to go too much into it today because I don't have 4 hours to talk to you guys. But learning how to ask expansive questions when needed will up your close rate, your conversion rate by so much. It's fucking insane. There was times, guys, where I would get on the phone with 10 people in a row and I would sell 10 people in a row. And if you looked at those fucking calls, I would barely speak because all I did is ask expansive questions when they would break down their goals, their struggles, their pains. Then they would go more in depth and more in depth and more in depth. And the more the person speaks about why they are unhappy, the more the person speaks about why they need to change, the less speaking you need to fucking do because they are selling themselves. Okay, so write that down. Ask expansive questions. That is number 2. That is the second way we are going to structure our sales calls to get more clients. And then last but not least, the pitch. All right, for everybody who has a problem pitching, I'm going to give you a little bit of a breakdown on how this should sound. All right, I'm not going to teach you how to pitch your price. All right, that's just for our students, but I'm going to break down how you should pitch your program. All right, explain a little bit of how you should explain your program to a person who's 20 pounds overweight and wants to get lean for summer. All right. Before I get into this, I want to let you guys know, and I want to kind of put a statement out there, put it in all of the online fitness coaches' heads that are listening to this right now. You need to understand that no one gives a fuck about your program. And any business coach, any person who tells you, unless it's the actual client, I guess, tells you that you need to go super, 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 super in depth about your program and what goes into your program when trying to pitch a fitness program to a client is lying. Is straight fucking lying to you. Nobody cares about the program. They're buying you. They're buying the coach, because every single piece of fitness information that somebody would need to lose weight, build muscle, achieve their goals, and fucking change their life is on Google. The reason why that person isn't already the person they want to become is because they don't have you. They don't have a coach to hold them accountable. They don't have fucking somebody looking over their shoulder like they do at work, telling them to put down that food, to eat this food, to work out, etc. All right, so I'm going to show you how to pitch. And now that you know that nobody cares about your program, you're going to understand why mine sounds like this. All right. So when it comes down to the pitch, we're going to be talking about 3 things. All right. Training, nutrition, and accountability. Training, nutrition, and accountability, because those are the 3 main things that really help people achieve their goals. Training, obviously, because you need to train in order to build muscle to look the fucking way you want to look. Nutrition, because nutrition is going to help you achieve your goals and help you lose weight by being in a caloric deficit or surplus, whatever. And then accountability, to help with your mindset and to hold you accountable to your goals. So let's say homie wants to lose 20 pounds. I'm just going to throw Brian's name out there because he's in Clubhouse right now and it's very easy for me to just use his name. All right, let's say Brian wants to lose 20 pounds. He's struggling with fast food. He doesn't have a support system. When I pitch, I'm going to do this. Number 1, I'm going to have a name for my program. Why? Because I want you to be Coca-Cola. I don't want you to be Great Value in Walmart. So name your fucking program. Okay, if you're an online fitness coach listening to this right now and your program is called 12-week transformation program, fucking change it because you sound like a no-name brand. Straight up. Okay, change it. Make a name. Mine is Amarok's ACC method, where we focus on creativity, consistency, and accountability over a 16-week long term to help you learn how to sustain a healthy lifestyle. Is it a little bit of a mouthful? Yeah, but I was creating a brand. And Amarok to this day is a brand now. All right, I don't do fitness coaching anymore, but it's a gaming brand. It's now my clothing brand. People know when they see Amarok what's going on. All right, and I want to take it to even greater heights. So when I pitch my program, it's very simple. Okay, Brian, so first off, thank you so much for sharing your goals with me. Guys, this is it, so pay attention. Do you mind if I tell you about the program that gets my clients such amazing results? Yeah? Okay, great. I'm super happy to hear that. So first off, my program is called Amarok's ACC method, where we focus on creativity, consistency, and accountability to really help you take your goals to the next level and help you learn how to sustain a healthy lifestyle. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay, perfect. So in my program, my man, we focus on three main things: training, nutrition, and accountability. All right. When it comes to your training right now, it sounds like you're kind of all over the place. You want to lose 20 pounds for summer, but you're not really working out right now. And I know that you want to have like a really good time on the beach this summer. So we're not going to focus on any crazy workouts. I just want to get you moving your body more. And I want to get you at least working out 3 times a week so you have that physique so you look amazing on the beach. Does that sound good? Okay, perfect, my man. So when it comes down to the nutrition, right now, it sounds like you're kind of struggling with eating fast food. You don't really have a support system with that. And it sounds like you kind of have a sweet tooth. So instead of putting you on a super strict meal plan, I'm actually just going to help you learn how to track your food so you can enjoy that shit that you're eating out already and the different foods that you actually really love while still losing weight. Does that sound good? Yeah? Okay, perfect. And then last but not least is the accountability. Right now, you have no one holding you accountable. And that's why you've gained this 20 pounds, because nobody's telling you that you need to work out. Nobody's telling you that you need to eat better. Nobody's with you, or at least fucking following you to help boost you up and to help build that confidence with you. So I'm going to be that guy. All right, I'm going to hold you accountable on a daily basis. And I have a 24-hour policy where if I don't respond to you instantly, I'll respond within 24 hours to make sure I answer any questions that you might have. Sound good? Yeah? Okay, great. And then I'm going to pitch my price. And then I'm going to ask him if that all makes sense. Then I'm going to answer all the questions that he might have. Now, I usually go a little bit more in depth on that. But again, guys, it's just for our clients. I'm not going to break it down too in depth for you today. But that's how we pitch our program. When you guys heard me pitch there, when you heard me break that down, I didn't go super in depth about a custom meal plan like a lot of you guys do, because Brian doesn't give a fuck. Okay? John doesn't give a fuck. Brittany doesn't give a fuck. They're 20 pounds overweight right now, struggling with fast food. If you turn around and you're like, I'm going to put you on a customized nutrition program that you're going to have to follow on a weekly basis, all 3 of them are going to be like, fuck that, bro. I'm going into summer. I like fast food. You guys are going to scare them away talking about your program with a bunch of big words that they don't even fucking understand. You guys get it on your pitches and you start talking about caloric deficits and surpluses and stacking calories. And then you talk about progressive overloads when it comes to training and supersets. And these guys like don't even have fucking experience in the gym half the time. You need to make it sound sexy. Everybody write that down. Number 3, all right, you need to learn how to pitch properly by making it sound sexy. Nobody cares about your fucking program. Make it sound good to them, because they already have not been committing to their goals because they're nervous to start in the first place. So don't scare them away by fucking throwing a bunch of big words at them. Okay? Guys, those are the 3 main things that are going to structure your calls properly, that are going to help you get more fucking sales. All right? Because a lot of you guys are getting on these consultation calls and you're not making any fucking sales. All right, so you can call it a consultation call, you can call it a meeting, you can call it whatever the fuck you want. But the point of these calls, the point of these conversations with a lot of these leads are to sell them into your program so you can change their fucking life. This is how you structure it. This is how you break it down right now. If you utilize these 3 things, all right, number 1 being pre-framing properly, setting the tone and telling them what the call is about so you can fucking help them. All right. Number 2, if you ask expansive questions throughout the call to trigger emotion, like how does that make you feel? What do you mean by that? Or can you expand on that? It's going to trigger emotion. It's going to give you more information so you can actually fucking help them instead of just sending them a PDF price list. And then number 3, if you pitch properly and make it sound sexy, it's not going to turn them off because they're going to see the vision instead of a super in-depth, hard to follow program that they don't want to fucking do in the first place. This is how you structure your calls. So if you are an online fitness coach listening to this podcast right now, I strongly urge you, all right, if you're in the academy, to go watch the fucking sales trainings that I put out every single week for you guys. All right, pay attention to them, show up to them, because this is what I teach you guys every day. And if you're not our client already, all right, if you need help, reach out to me. But if you're not our client already, listen to this podcast again. Sit down and write out how you can do this on your own calls so you can start selling more fucking clients and stop wasting your time getting on calls that aren't converting. So that brings us to the end of this episode of the Wake Up with the Wolf podcast. I appreciate every single one of you guys for showing up. Hopefully there's people here on TikTok right now because I can't fucking see you. But that's it. That's all. Peace. What's up, Clubhouse? How y'all doing?